So what time did we say? We said 12. It's 12:15. It's a little after 12:15 now. It's 12:20. So I'm 5 minutes late. And you know what they're going to say to me, these guys on Facebook? They're going to say, Mr. Muera, you're always late. That's what they're going to say. Guys, welcome to Simoson.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Now, before we start, I noticed that you're drinking something there.
Oh, yeah.
What are you drinking, guys?
Water of the nation.
Water of the nation?
Yes. Of all time.
Yeah?
Yes.
That's so interesting that you call it that.
Yeah. The best water in town.
There you go. There you go. Well, hey, guys, on a serious note, I know that you've come here with a very serious complaint and a very serious grievance. A few years ago, the Ministry of Commerce issued a statement in which it said the ministry wants to see local suppliers, local Zambian suppliers in ShopRite, in Food Lovers, in Pick and Pay. They don't want to see a situation where the goods are dominated by foreign suppliers. There's nothing wrong with foreign suppliers, but as long as the average Zambian also has a piece of that cake. You guys are local suppliers. You guys are Zambians, are you not?
We are.
Yes.
Zambian, 100%.
Yes. So let me begin with you. First of all, I'm going to introduce all of you. Your name?
My name's Christopher Bofi.
Christopher Bofi.
Yes.
And my name's Emmanuel Lamazani.
Okay. And?
My name's Malilwa Charles.
Malilwa Charles.
Yes.
Okay. Let's start with you, Christopher. Tell us your story. What happened?
Okay. What happened was, first of all, we are local suppliers. And we were supplying Food Lovers, fruits, vegetables, and packaging materials. So what happened was, last year in June, Food Lovers Makeni happened to close. So after they closed...
Why did they close?
We don't know. They never told us. We don't know the reason why they closed, but...
So Food Lovers Makeni closed?
Closed, yes. So after they closed with balances of suppliers. And we here happen to be the victims. So after they closed, we asked the management, so you guys, you have closed, now how are you going to pay the balances that you owe us? They said, okay, fine. We are going to appoint someone whom is going to handle the payments. We said, okay, fine. And they appointed someone whom they said we should be going to ask for the issue of payments.
What year was this?
It was last year, 2020, that was in June.
June 2020?
Yes. So we started going there to the person whom they appointed. When we asked, said, we were told that you've been appointed, that you should be the one to give us our monies. Then she said, yes. So how will be the payment plan? Then she said, okay, as for now, we haven't organized the money, but you should wait until 1st October. That's when we are going to be able to pay your monies. Then we said, okay, fine, we are going to wait. We waited until 1st October, then we went there. Said, Madam, we are back. You said you pay us by 1st October. How is it? Then she said, no, the boss hasn't yet given us the money. We are also still waiting for the money to come. So you guys come check on us on December month end. Said, okay, fine, we'll come. We went. Then month end December reached. We went to ask the same issue. Madam, how is the issue of the payments? Then she said, the boss said, we have first to sell the assets of the shop. When we are done selling the shop assets, then we're going to organize the money and pay you guys. I said, okay, fine. We asked them, how long is that process going to take? They said, we don't know, because we don't know when the customer can come. Said, okay, fine, we are going to wait. We waited. Then at some point, we heard some rumors that Choppy's supermarket had bought all the assets.
So Choppy's, you heard the rumor that Choppy's had bought the assets that belonged to Food Lovers Makeni.
Yes. And after hearing the rumor, we never rushed to call those guys. We first had to confirm if it's true. I called the store manager, the one who was the store manager, and confirmed. And he said, yes, the assets have been sold. That's when now we proceeded going back to the person whom they appointed. Say, we gathered information that the assets have been sold. To our surprise, their response was, we have no information that the assets have been sold. Then we were also surprised. But how come, as the suppliers have managed to gather the information that the assets have been sold, when you guys who were appointed to look after this matter don't know? Then they said, okay, as soon as the news reaches us that the assets were sold, we are going to communicate with you. We said, okay, fine. Then we went. After 2 weeks, we decided to do a follow-up again. Said, you guys, have you received the news that the assets were sold?
You need to speak louder. Don't speak under your breath.
We went there, and then they said, yes, it's true. The information reached us that the assets were sold. Then said, now, we need our money. When are you going to pay us? Then the receptionist for the same person whom they appointed started saying, as in for now, we don't know when we are going to pay you, or we might not even pay you. I said, how come? It's our money. Why are you not going to pay us? For what? And then we exchanged words with the receptionist, because when we went there, we asked to see Mrs. Celine, the person who was appointed.
Now, tell me about this person that you're talking about. You keep referring to the person who was appointed. You mentioned to me that this person was a lawyer, is a lawyer.
Yes.
Who is she? What's her name?
Her name is Mrs. Celine Mukandawile. That's her name. Celine Mukandawile.
Celine Mukandawile.
Yes.
That's her name.
Yes, that's her name.
Yeah. Now, when you would go to see Miss Mukandawile, where would you go? Where's her office?
Her office is along Great East
Road. Yeah. Just look into the camera. Look into the camera.
It's along Great East Road. You know that.
Don't look up. Look into the camera.
There's a clinic called. What's the name of that clinic? It's along Addis Ababa Road. Then there's a. What's the name of that clinic behind her office? I've forgotten the name of it. But I have the address in my phone.
Well, no, not so much the address. I just when you would go to see her, what is the name of the building, or what is the name of the? Is it a firm? Is it a law firm? Is it just a building?
It's just a building. They turned it into an office.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So her name is
Mrs. Celine Mukandawile.
Right. So Mrs. Celine Mukandawile is the lady who was tasked with. Her job was?
Her job was to make sure that we all get paid.
Okay. All right.
That's her job.
So whenever you'd go to Food Lovers, they would refer you to this woman.
To Mrs. Mukandawile. Those guys, they never used to answer us anything.
They'll say, go and see.
Food Lovers Management, yes. When we go there, they'll say, go and see Mrs. Mukandawile, as of no any information. That's where we used to go and.
So what does Miss Mukandawile do? What is she? Is she a liquidator? Is she a lawyer? What is she?
She's a receivership.
Okay.
Yeah, she's a receivership. That's what they say.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
So after that, the last time we went there, we even quarreled with the receptionist, because us, when we went there, we requested to see Mrs. Mukandawile, but the receptionist refused us, saying, no, you can't see her because she she's directed me to say whoever comes here claiming for the payment, I should tell them that they should continue waiting.
They should continue waiting.
Yes. They should
Now,
continue.
when did you have this conversation? When was this?
2 weeks ago.
This was 2 weeks ago.
Yes, 2 weeks ago.
So from June 2021
Yes.
to now, oh sorry, from
2020.
June 2020 to now,
June now.
you have not received any money.
Nothing. Not even some words of encouragement, say you are going to be paid on this date. What they keep saying is, you guys, you should keep on waiting. But the last time we went there, the receptionist said that we might not even pay you. But why? It's our money. Why are you not supposed to pay us? We sold you the property and you guys sold the property. You had the money. But why can't you give us? So
Okay.
that's the way it was.
Okay. Now, let me turn to you. Tell me your name again.
Emmanuel Lamazani.
Emmanuel. Oh, incidentally, Christopher, they owe you 75,000
75,000.
kwacha.
Yes.
Food Lovers Market Makeni
Yes.
owe you,
75,000 kwacha.
okay. And then how much do they owe you?
They owe me about 155,000 kwacha.
Now, is your story the same as Christopher?
Yeah, we are doing the same follow-up. We are going together, the three of
And
us.
we were also supplying the same thing.
And all of you were supplying what?
Vegetables, fruits,
And packaging.
packaging things.
Okay. And you?
Yeah, they're owing me 29,120
And what did you supply?
fruits and veg.
Fruits and veg.
What surprised me was those guys, they knew that they want to close the store, but they kept on ordering things from us.
Here is the thing, what happened. Those guys, they stopped paying us in April. 2 months before they closed, they gave us an excuse that they had run out of the checkbook. So from April, they stopped paying us since April. They told us that they had run out of the checkbook. By then, that was the time when also COVID-19 was very high. So they said due to COVID-19, they are unable to process a checkbook on time. So they had to keep us for 2 months without payment. And within that period of 2 months is the period also they kept on requesting for orders from us without telling us their intentions that they were going to close the store. So since by then we are not getting paid, we had to look for money elsewhere to find the goods they want and supply them with the monies from other sources, not the money they were paying us. So sometimes we would borrow from our friends, from our relatives and family, farmers. And we even used to borrow stock from farmers, telling them that as soon as the checkbook arrives, when Food Lovers clears us the balances, we'll be able to pay you back. So we did that for 2 months, from April, May, up to June. Surprisingly, one Monday, we just woke up to news that Food Lovers are closed.
So you had no idea that they were going to close?
Not at all. No, but even their own workers had no idea. As I'm telling you, even their own workers were not paid up to date.
So their own workers have not been paid?
No.
Who owns Food Lovers Market Makeni? Who's the owner of that?
It's like this. There were 4 Food Lovers. There's Food Lovers Levy. There's Food Lovers Makeni. There was Food Lovers Makeni East Park. There's also Food Lovers Kitwe. There was also Food Lovers from Garden City. The first Food Lovers that was closed was Garden City.
Guys, speak one person at a time, okay? One person at a time.
So the first Food Lovers that was closed was Garden City. Then they closed Food Lovers East Park. Then they closed Food Lovers Makeni. So, Food Lovers Garden City, Food Lovers East Park, Food Lovers Makeni, and Food Lovers Kitwe. these 4 food lovers were being run by one person, and his name is Samir. That's the person who was running these 4 chain stores. Then Food Lovers...
So the owner of Food Lovers Market Makeni,
Yeah.
his name is Samir.
Samir, yes.
From where? Samir, what is that?
I don't know.
Did you ever meet Mr. Samir?
No.
You never met him?
No.
Okay. The other question I wanted to ask you, all of you, this is directed to all of you. Do you have documentation that can support what you're claiming?
Yes.
What sort of documentation do you have?
We have receipts that shows that they received the goods that we supplied them.
Even the statements from the same Food Lovers.
Say that again?
Even the statements from Food Lovers we have to support and show that these guys are owing us. The receipt books, they're there.
I've even come with them.
Okay.
In my bag, I can show you.
You have them?
All the documentation to prove that those guys, they really owe us money, and we supplied them goods and that they received.
Yeah.
We have the documentation.
Okay.
Sure.
Well, guys, again, thank you for your honesty. I mean, what breaks my heart is that you're Zambians. And, you know, when I remember the statement by the Ministry of Commerce and Trade that was issued a few years ago, saying that we want to see a situation where Zambian suppliers are given a fair shot. Zambian suppliers are given a seat at the table of commerce, rather than it being dominated completely by foreigners, which, again, there's nothing wrong with foreigners. But we're saying that as long as Zambians have a piece of the pie, we get a piece of the action, you know. But here it is, you guys, you availed yourself, you stepped up to the plate, you supplied, you were made part of the piece of the action, but they're not paying you.
Yes, they are not.
That's wrong.
Very wrong.
And that's unfair.
Very unfair.
Yeah.
And what really hurts me is that they closed without our knowledge. And the money that they are holding was the only capital we had. In short, we invested all we had in that business. Meaning, after they closed, together with our monies, we remained with nothing. We had to start life from scratch again. And it has not been easy with this economy. Even up to now, it's not easy for us because we can't venture into another business because we don't have enough capital. We are just surviving, we are just doing some street hustle just to find end meet at the end of the day. We're just surviving for food only. We can't venture into another business that can take us far because they have held our only capital that we had. That was really hurts me.
Yes.
So the holding of the monies has also hardened our lives, especially at my side, because I have siblings that I was paying for. So it's really hard.
Yeah. Let me ask you, have any of you ever thought of suing Food Lovers Market Makeni?
We have.
You've thought of it?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
We thought of suing them, but the lawyers whom we approached, they used to say, we need money first. And looking at us, we were left with nothing. The lawyer said, you need to provide money to file in the papers in court. So you have to provide, the lawyer approached, said, I needed to raise about 6,000 for him to do the job, but I never had the 6,000.
Or where are we going to get that money? Because already we owe some other people money, the same money we used to provide for, what's this, to supply for Food Lovers.
So the lawyers that we've approached, they want monies, and we don't have monies.
No one-
So you're saying basically you've wanted to sue them,
Yeah.
but you are not able to sue them because you don't have the money to pay the legal fees.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the
Guys, thank you so much for your honesty. It'll work out. Don't worry about it.
Thank you.
Okay? It's going to work out. Okay? So we got friends too. Okay? We got friends too that will help you. Okay? All right. Great. Thanks, guys. God bless. Just say bye to the Facebook people.
My Facebook family.